time, and social media presents some great opportunities if used well, of course, but there's also a dark side to it. Oversharing has become something of a problem of late. How far is too far, and what are the consequences? That's something Amy Heidenreich explores in her debut novel Shame on You, and she's in studio to tell us more about the psychological thriller. Very happy Sunday morning to you, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, I'm happy to be here.
So you thought she was perfect, you thought you knew her, and in reference to Holly, which is the main character in the book, but alas. What brought this about, first of all?
So I use social media like myself. I love Instagram, I love cooking and taking photographs of my food, and through doing that, I started noticing this culture online where people were performing for their audiences, especially health bloggers and Instagrammers, and I started following a person called Belle Gibson, and she was doing this, and she was posting healthy food, saying she'd cured herself of cancer through, you know, using these recipes. And then the one day she disappeared offline, and I researched to see what had happened to her, and it turned out that she had faked her entire illness for fame, money, sponsorship, etc. So I took that story, planted a seed in my mind on, you know, how far will we push the illusion of social media to serve our own purposes.
Right. Let's look at Holly.
Yeah.
And she's a food blogger. And as you just mentioned, that's where the inspiration came from. But it comes with a price now, because then people think that they know you because of the life that you put out on social media. So they think, you know, you have some sort of a relationship with this person because they share so much.
Yeah.
But she comes into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Holly, she creates this brand where she shares everything about herself. It's second nature for her to just post about her life online, which means that certain things become known to the public, as in her daily habits, where she goes, and the one afternoon she goes to a coffee shop, which she posts online, and somebody actually follows her there, which is the criminal in our story.
Right.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away, there's so many twists and turns in this book. What kind of research, apart from what you had to do with the main character that you had in real life, who was the food blogger, but in terms of looking at other people's profiles, how much of an influence did that have in penning the book?
Definitely. You know, I looked at people's profiles online just as being a writer and being observant, but I also used to work in the industry of, you know, working with social media influencers. So I understood a lot about the commercial aspects of being a personality online. I also did a lot of research on the psychology behind Holly. She is not the most likable character. She makes some decisions that no one, I think, would agree with. And I had to really do a lot of research into her psychology to find that human side of her and make her relatable to the reader.
Right, because at the end of the day, these are ordinary people who just happen to put up this life online, really.
Yes, and people do that for a reason. You know, everybody's got a motive. When you post something online, it's an edited experience. You take a moment and then you share it. So you're doing it for a specific reason.
How far is too far? I mean, is that a question that anyone from outside of whomever is posting stuff can answer, really?
I think, you know, we are currently grappling with that exact issue in society now, because if you look at Instagram and Instagram stories, we're sharing every aspect of our day. People are watching it live. We're sharing the locations of where we are, and I think we saw a couple of months ago with Facebook's Cambridge Analytica scandal how companies are mining this data and information for their own purposes to advertise back to us. And a lot of people I speak to are getting quite nervous because they'll post about something or speak about something and suddenly it's advertised on our phone. So our phones are listening. And then it's the question of who else is listening as well.
Apparently our TVs as well. There's nothing you can do in private these days.
Yeah.
But what are you hoping that someone who picks this book up will walk away with, really?
I think a lot of things. I think to look at your own behavior online and just interrogate why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. And I think also to to just see that when you scroll through your Instagram feed or even your Facebook feed and someone's presenting a perfect life, that it's never as perfect as it seems. It's an edited experience, and it's strange how so many people don't really take in the impact of that. So you'll be sitting at home in your pajamas and see this glamorous person online and feel bad about yourself when actually that person is posting a picture from a shoot that they took a couple of weeks ago.
Are we not taking it a bit too seriously though?
Yeah, I think we are, and yeah, I think we're just negotiating that still as we all come to grips with living our lives so publicly now.
Yeah, because we've never really like had everything just so accessible, and someone you don't even know so accessible. When we were growing up, celebrities were like, we put them on our posters, and that's how far we knew them. But these days, it's like you have someone right there with you, and so I guess that's where you get that sense of, hey, look, I know you.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much, Emmy, for coming to chat to us. This book, Emmy penned Shame on You, a fascinating read on how social media has really impacted our lives. We're back with another book review after this break. Just stay with us.